So we're changing the name of the game to Creativerse, right?
Hi everyone, it's Lucky, your host for today's live stream.
And I'm the giant robot from Castle in the Sky. Welcome. I'm so glad you could join us.
We have such a wonderful event for you guys today. We can't wait to share it with you. But first I need to take this one-up mushroom and get an extra life.
You know, this is such a great idea that we should really extend this sketch as long as possible. I mean, I'm so excited that we're here.
This is comedy gold.
It's
we
really
have never
going well.
done a better thing in our live streaming history. Let's just do this entire stream talking with... Okay,
right.
This is bad.
It was a terrible idea.
This is a terrible idea that we had last minute. We did not plan that.
Let's see. And now, well, hello. You got to join us. See, this was something special. You got to see the execution of just a truly bad idea. But it was a great bad idea. That's what I told David. He said, this is probably not a good idea. I said, I love a great bad idea. Didn't I?
I do too.
Yeah. So
and I'm glad that you love those ideas.
Yes. Welcome.
Take us out.
Yeah, I mean, welcome. This is, what is this? Where are we? What's happening? The servers are down, aren't they? Where am I?
Where are we?
Where am I right now?
I am PlayfulDavid, David Calkins.
My name is Stephen Hurd, aka Brainsloth. You are joining us because the Creativerse servers are down, and they're down because they're getting updated. There's a new update coming out. It's our 51st update. R50, that's how we named them in the past. R50 was the last one of last year, and now it's the first update of the new year. And we're calling this one a Pebble-Sized update. It's not a huge update. There's not a ton of new features. We've got some big things that are kind of cooking in the background. Around the corner over that way, they're cooking in a big pot of game pot. You know what I mean?
But you got to cook on simmer for several months.
Yes, they need to acquire some flavor.
Equals very tasty, flavorful gaming.
Yeah, they're going to acquire some flavor, some nuance. But in the meantime, we had some bug fixes, a couple new things, some improvements that just kind of piled up. We said, hey, let's not just hold on to these. Let's go ahead and roll these out.
We got to stop holding on to our bug fixes because the world needs
the point?
these bug fixes. They're important, and you guys deserve it.
It's one of life's big questions. If you fix a bug, but then you never rolled it out, is the bug really fixed? I don't know. Deep thoughts.
It's too early in the morning for that deep of a thought.
You might be right.
So what
is...
you know what we were gonna do? No. I was gonna save that for later.
Okay. Well, I think what our plan is...
Why don't you take us into the plan?
We're going to hop into a world. This isn't on the live game because the live game is down right now. This is on our sneak preview servers that are still up. And we're going to explore some of the new changes. We're going to show you some of the patch notes so you can get a sneak peek at what's coming to the game when it comes back up. Usually the most common question we get during these streams is, hey, when are the servers coming up? I want to play immediately. This is going to be a slightly longer update. We heard from our producers it could take up to 2 or 3 hours. There's some extra numbers they have to type.
Extra pesky bugs that they really have to get in there and scrape them off the game.
It requires some additional clicks on the mouse and some different, they're going to press some buttons on the keyboard.
I think they're doing like mouse click yoga. Like
yes.
Keyboard, and there's like downward dog where they like type in code, downward facing dog,
just
that really like gets those bugs out.
So that's all
it's
gonna
the
happen.
cleanse, the game dev cleanse.
So while that happens, we are here in the world. I'm about to be kicked by AFKing, but that's all right because I'm gonna move around. And so the first thing
you got built into a light prison.
Yeah, the first thing to notice is I was just standing in the middle of a field here, but our helpful, generous, kind, and just very great sneak preview players have built me into just this inescapable cage made of yellow light. So I'm bathed with yellow light, and as I will be forever. Well, unless I had, like a gauntlet that could remove these. Let's see. It's nighttime. Uh-oh, getting a head start. All right, so
we are here at Brainsloth headquarters on the sneak preview servers.
I don't know. Yeah, if any of you sneak previewers want to join us, just join our usual world. Go to take Brainsloth's touchstone, and you can come hang out. I'm here at my base. I always like to show off if I've done any work. I went and added some new blocks to my inventory row. So these are crafted blocks. I don't know. Yeah, I've got premium ones mixed in here, so just crafted blocks to go opposite my natural blocks. And I've got additional room. I got to start putting down seasonal blocks, super bundles. It's going to take me forever, basically. So slow and steady is what I always say about that. Let's see.
So sorry for ignoring you guys in chat. We are reading that. Somebody, Rain519 asked how to become a sneak previewer.
That's a great question.
So if you're on our Steam forums and you notice someone who is a moderator, you can reach out to them. Another way is to just contact us. You can tweet at us, or you can just send us an email. We have an email, contact us at playfulcorp.com. Just send us an email, include a link to your Steam profile, and we'd be happy to add you guys. We just have one rule, and that is do not talk about new features before they are live to the public.
Yep.
So if you're okay with that, we would love to have you join the sneak preview servers and test out new stuff.
Yeah, we also have a Discord channel where usually you'll find developers hanging out along with the sneak preview players. It gives you kind of a direct line to say, hey, I just found this bug, you should probably fix it. Or, Brainsloth, why do you always die in a live stream? You can ask these important questions. And we'll usually get a chance to respond when we can. So I think we should try to show off some new stuff, David. But I kind of forgot what was in the release. I wonder what happens if I step on this pressure plate here. Let's see. It's the patch notes. All right.
Wow, that's even matches the Google Doc format that
I know. This is
so
well-formatted arc sign here that I wired up to a pressure plate. So we usually don't reveal patch notes until you can join the world. We're making a slight exception here. You can actually see the patch notes ahead of time as long as you are standing on this exact pressure plate. Or I should really clarify, as long as I'm standing on it.
Take a screenshot right now.
Yeah.
And you will have them before anyone else.
But I'll make it hard for you. You'll kind of have to time your screenshot when I'm not just running over this, making it flash, because that would, so it might be a little tough. So, like we said, we're calling this just it's a little bit of a smaller update where we're just rolling out some fixes that'll pile it up, a few improvements, a couple impactful balance changes. So I think you're going to still have a lot of fun checking out some new stuff, but there is actually a new item that I do want to show off. It's a lot of fun. So I built kind of a wintry, you can tell my, the scope of my epic build from this right here. I wanted a wintry wonderland type of build that I could put a new wintry item on. And so here I've got some snow, I got a tree with a super extractor on top, and a couple snow blowers and some lights. I think this qualifies as a wonderland.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Who's this? We're gonna build Blocky the Snowman together and check him out.
Blocky the Snowman? Who's that?
Well, that's a great question. In fact, you'll find him at the top of your crafting panel under the header. Who is this? This is we don't want to call him leftover winter recipe. We're going to call him a brand new exclusive winter recipe here that you'll find at the top of your crafting list. It got unlocked for everyone for free. You don't have to go gather traps or anything like that. It's just going to be in your crafting list. I think it's pretty clear how we should build the snowman. We need 3 snow, 2 coal for the eyes, obviously, and a leather that you wrap around his neck like a scarf, or maybe that's for the hat. So that's pretty memorable.
You have adequately narrated that crafting panel.
Yeah, no one can accuse me of leaving any stone unturned.
That was definitely some dramatic crafting panel voiceover work from Brainsloth.
Okay, what did I need? I think I just needed a leather, and I had it all. I just want to give a shout out to our designer Chase, who set up the recipe for that snowman. The very first time I saw the recipe, I immediately remembered it forever. It's 3 snow, 2 coal, and a leather, because it's just super flavorful. I have a lot of fun just crafting it.
Right.
Because
that game dev simmer pot of delicious flavors.
Yeah.
I need to open up
Alright, here comes Blocky.
this.
Oh, I already had some in my inventory. Well, now we have 3. Okay, let's place one down here. Hey, it's Blocky. Let's see, do my... It's still a little dark out, so I'll put my flashlight on right now. So this is Blocky the Snowman, but you'll find that Blocky has a bunch of different arrangements. There goes his hat. Oh, there goes his scarf, but now he's wearing the hat. So you can kind of customize. Uh-oh, it's getting a little cold. No hat or scarf. Sad Blocky.
Aww.
And finally, sad naked Blocky.
Oh.
So we're gonna go with sad naked Blocky, I think. And one of the fun things about Blocky is that it's a decorative container that holds weapons. And so Blocky's a little upset. He got left out of the holiday event. He never got to meet Elfie. And he wants to just vent his frustration by holding, sharp, deadly objects. So let's load up with some swords that are conveniently in this chest here.
That is a lot.
Yeah. All right, Blocky. Let's hold a wood sword and a stone sword. See what's good. It's pretty good. He looks pretty... The combination of holding these, deadly weapons with the frown face is pretty, it's pretty evocative. I like it. Let's load up another Blocky here.
People have asked for many years now for some kind of way to display armor and in weapons. This answers partially that request. You can display weapons as long as you're okay with a snowman displaying them.
Yeah, so this is another. There are a handful of weapon displaying. A lot of our existing decorative containers support weapons, like the grab chamber. There's also a weapon rack.
That's true.
So this is.
I think this was like the traditional like suit of armor kind of display.
Right.
Whereas grab chamber is a little bit more like space agey.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, this is.
Blocky would not look at a place in your castle or your sci-fi build. I mean, Blocky.
Snowman's just a natural castle.
Yeah.
Accompaniment.
Even your desert kind of. Desert sandcastle. Just throw Blocky in there. Why not? Get a little crazy.
And no, he will not melt and experience.
Yep. So Blocky can hang out anywhere. So I'm gonna throw the Rainbow Nader sword on there. Yeah, let's give it a dinosaur. Really kind of. All right. So I think we've really explored some of Blocky's combinations. There's still. I mean, I would like to see Blocky holding a couple of the Galactic Incapacitator or any of those swords. So. Just something fun. Yeah, Blocky's a little upset he got left out of the holiday event, but now everyone gets him for free. Just look at the top of your crafting list when you log in.
But how upset is Blocky?
Well,
let's dig into that, because what if I'm playing on Creativerse and I walk into a cave and suddenly like lights flash on and Blocky's there smiling at me, really creepy like, and he's holding a sword, and then he disappears. The light disappears. Another light pops up, and he's holding 2 swords up, ready to kill me. Like, how concerned should I be?
Maybe a wall phases away, and then there's just you encounter this, right? You look on your screen, this is what you see.
Yeah. It's like a horror film.
Right. This is a little disconcerting, for sure.
Is this, Frosty the Snowman Delightful Magic Kid, or is this like the Jack Frost movie, B-movie that nobody saw? With
well, I think that is totally up to our players how they
film.
Want to, if they want Blocky to be guarding and be an intimidating presence in their world, the recipe certainly supports that. You can give him a frowny face, give him some weapons to hold, or a friendly, welcoming face. This one was smiling earlier, so someone changed it up.
Blocky changed that. Hello.
I didn't see anyone change it. Blocky did it himself.
Yes, I think you're right. I think he is upset. And he's going to take his vengeance out on the world.
Or it was cyanide. I'm not sure. I like how we were planning to build a blueprint at the end of the stream, and all the sneak preview players were like, "Nah, we'll just build it while you are talking."
Yeah, we had the Gameboy blueprint all set up and ready to go, and we forgot to hide our touchstone.
Yeah, dude, spent time last night setting it up, putting the kit together. Yeah. Well, let's go explore the game.
Let's talk about the Game Boy. I have fond memories of playing the Game Boy.
I do. I remember saving up. It was $88 or something, and I remember saving that up as a kid so I could get that original Game Boy, the big clunky one that was this big. and I got it, and it was very exciting.
What was your favorite Game Boy games?
Well, it came later, but all the Pokemon games, Pokemon Yellow, I spent probably 1,000 hours on. The original ones, I had a Mario. I had, I'm trying to remember.
I played. That was like my first Final Fantasy game. Was on the Game Boy,
Nice.
the first Game Boy version, and it took me a while to get into it. But once I finally got into it, I was hooked.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed me some Castlevania on the original Game Boy. Really, like any kind of handheld, like the DS Castlevania games, amazing. Flashing those.
Yeah, we're gonna check out. So we showed off. Blocky is a new item, and like I said, that one just goes out for free to everyone. We wanted just to add that to your crafting list. There are a few improvements. If you look under our patch notes here, the first one: pet taming, washing, and harvesting times cut in half. And so let's talk about it a little bit. This is based entirely on community feedback that we've gotten on the pet feature, and there's still improvements to be made, particularly some fixes that we're starting to plan for a more kind of dramatic overhaul to address some of the bugs related to pets, where you might, one of your pets might get lost, it might wander off and get lost or something. So we're planning some a deeper dive to really try to address those bugs. But
Sophie says she just spent 2 days taming a corrupted Chizard. Well, now those 2 days would be 1 day.
It would be
You're
only
welcome.
1 day, a perfectly reasonable 1 day to tame a creature. Yeah. So
Are we talking one Creativerse day or one real life day? Because that would be impressive. That's some dedication.
Yeah, it almost makes you wonder how that's even possible. Let's see. I was gonna go read it, but then Side Night High walked off the pressure plates, so I'll have to stand out here myself. So yeah, so based on that feedback we got from players, our designers went and said, you know, we can really reduce some of those timers. So taming pets, but also that loop where you have to wash them and dry them behind their ears and get them really sparkly clean and make them happy, and harvest from them where you go extract the sweet, sweet pet gifts from them.
Yes. Sophie to the power of 4 says it was a real day. We are impressed. I can't imagine what that looked like, but that is some dedication.
What did you name the pet that you tamed?
Yeah, tell us what you named him, because it's got to be some kind of epic name.
Yeah, it's important.
Mr. Peroka. Mr. Peroka says, why is the game not working? Well, it's because we are updating the game with the latest update. It'll be down for just a couple hours. Our engineers are currently working hard, going as fast as they can to get that rolled out to you guys, and so we figured, like we always do, while it's down, we will come and hang out with you guys for a little bit.
Yeah. I see a comment from Tinfoil Chef, who does a lot of awesome Creativerse streams. You should check him out. He says, please tell me the pet super jump bug has been fixed. That is not addressed. I know exactly what you're talking about, and the whole team does. That isn't addressed in this update. And what he's referring to is that when you go look in the background and you might see a pet kind of, or even any creature really, jumping up real high or getting tossed in the air. It can happen to your player character too. So that's another thing. You know, the team is really looking at what are some of those persistent, more harder to fix but really worth fixing bugs, like pets disappearing, like the super jump, and what can we do to finally address those. And we're discussing some kind of larger scale fixes that we can undertake to get that done. So I don't have a time frame on that. A lot of those might involve some kind of more significant overhauls, but they're definitely getting, we're taking a look at trying to get those done.
Absolutely.
So they should call that Pebble.
Hey, sorry about the background noise, but I have a question for Brainsloth.
Yes.
What game is in the Game Boy? I'm dying to know. Let's go find out.
That's an incredible question. Let's go look.
It's probably just a red box, but
yeah,
I'm curious.
So as we know, Game Boy games were on a cartridge, and they were stuck into the top and back part of it.
Pillaring up to find out the answer.
Yeah,
and it is Red Bricks. My favorite game, the Red Brick game.
Yeah, that was the Red Brick game. A well-known game.
Someone also, when we were talking about Game Boy games, called out any of the Zelda Game Boy games, which I completely forgot, but I love those. So good point, good call.
All right.
All right, thank you for indulging me.
Oh, I had to check. As soon as you mentioned it, I couldn't rest until I knew as well. So that was really good. Let's see. I'm going to take another look at the. We've flashed it on the screen a few times. I made it a little harder to.
You've made it so easy for people. Like they basically have the entire update.
Yeah. One of my personal favorite fixes in this update is that on the main menu, right under the message of the day image, there's a 1 pixel gap, and it drove me nuts. And so I finally said, "Please, can we please fix that?" And it got fixed.
And so, on that note, guess what? We always like to do some giveaways during the update stream.
Absolutely.
So let's do some giveaways and transition from that your 1 pixel grief into delight.
That's a good way to put it.
How should we? So I have the raffle opened,
Okay.
and unfortunately for those of you watching on YouTube, we don't yet have a giveaway tool for YouTube. So if you want to hop over to twitch.tv/PlayfulCorp, you can participate. What keyword should we do?
I think it's pretty clear that we're going to do !raffle Blocky.
Blocky.
In honor of Blocky the Snowman.
BLOCKY.
Yep.
So, what are we giving away today?
So as always, we have a variety of prizes. If you're someone that already has Creativerse Pro, you already have the welcome bundle, we've got some coin codes to give you. So codes, you put them in the store and then just add some coins to your account. If you still need Pro, or if you still need the welcome bundle, we've got those too. So whatever you need, that's what we'll give you. We've got our awesome community moderator, Remy D. He's waiting in the chat. As soon as we've got some winners, he's going to send you a direct message in Twitch chat and say, "Hey, what do you need?" And he'll hook you up with the key. So that's how this is going to go. Yep, as always. So if you're not sure how to raffle, I always say this: just look in the chat. Everyone else is putting in the code to enter the raffle. It's !raffle space Blocky. Spelling doesn't really matter.
Someone forgot a shift key and did 1 raffle.
1 raffle.
That won't work.
That's
you
one
might want
case
to try
where it
again.
won't work. Yeah. It doesn't do you any good to enter multiple times. Spelling doesn't really matter. In fact, we kind of appreciate terrible spelling, so just keep it coming. So we'll leave that open for a couple minutes, I think. I'm in no hurry. I want to let a lot of folks enter that, and then we're just going to pull a bunch of winners all at once, I think.
Yeah, we'll do a few winners.
Yeah.
Several. What is the technical numerical value of several? It is
Several?
It is up to the discretion of the utterancer. Don't you just love my language today? Utterancer.
That's a real word, I think.
It is utterancer. Oh.
We're gonna find out, because this is.
Nope, it's not.
Of course it's not. Hey, awesome Jack, Cyanide High, joining us. Thank you. Thanks to the folks that helped us build this Gameboy blueprint. I'm gonna put down another blueprint while we're exploring, or rather, while we've got the raffle running. Oh, you can see my blueprint lists a lot of the entrances to the contest that is over now.
The Party Pad
Combos,
contest.
Party Pad contest. We've been judging those, and that's why I have a lot of these blueprints on my list. These aren't the specific winners or anything. These are just ones that I wanted to take a closer look at.
But the winners are going to be announced.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes. Soon, I think, is how we put it. I think we said we try to do this week, and I think we can still aim for that, unless any number of things happens. And we said, we just don't have time. It does take. We want to be sure to take a really close look at all these awesome entrances. A lot of them have cool machines hooked up that we want to see how they work. Really close details that require, that you can't catch in the screenshots or the entry, or just the thumbnails for the blueprints. So let's look at just our featured ones. I do see the blueprint there.
Bharm99 asks, "Where's Winter?" Winter is homesick with the flu, so wish her a speedy recovery. She's not feeling super great.
Yeah, I think she's recovering, but she couldn't be here today because we don't want the flu. Let's see. I'm here trying to read all these, and I see all these items on my tiny OBS window. Much better if I look over here. I just got my... Oh.
John Mal 5, we don't like to... We do our thing here, and you said tell them in the background that we're doing a stream. I don't like to tell folks they're making magic back there, and I don't like to get in the way of that process. I want to let them do their thing. But apologies for you guys if it's difficult to hear what we're saying. I imagine it's probably somewhat entertaining. It's probably more entertaining than what us jokers are saying. So maybe it adds value somehow. So are we gonna build something, or were you just looking?
I put it down. So this is the Shadow Drake, I think, blueprint. Let's see, a Shadow Drake statue. It's one of the featured blueprints right now. I saw it in the workshop and I really loved it. I made sure that we featured it because he's just got a lot of cool slab corners, gives him a lot of cool contours, and I just really like the scale and kind of shape of this this statue. So thought we'd let the folks build this one. Wow.
Should we
wrap up the raffle?
Should we pick some winners?
I think we really should.
Okay. First winner is S3739. Congratulations.
S3739.
Let's announce that.
So we're going to put those names into the chat. Remy D, do your magic, get in touch with these folks, and we will start to get you your prizes. I think we should get some more winners, David.
Let's just do it. Let's do a bunch.
Yeah.
Next one is Fidel Fingers. Congratulations, Fidel Fingers.
Yeah.
Remedy will be contacting you.
Awesome. Congrats to those winners. How's our Shadow Drake shaping up here? I want to help. I'm going to get some blocks here. Oh, I would, except, see, I still can't help because all I have to do is pick up this block and place it back down, and I'm helping.
While you're doing that, well, congratulations, Waka866.
Waka866. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching.
You will have a prize coming your way very soon.
Yeah, if you need Creativerse Pro, we'll hook you up. If you still need a welcome bundle, that's what you'll get, or we can send you a bunch of coins. So whatever you need.
Just bury you in coins.
Wow, this thing is surprisingly big. He really holds his own next to the Gameboy, which I like. I want to see, maybe we should pick a couple more, David?
Oh, wow. John Mel 5.
John Moo.
John Moo. I always said that wrong. Congrats, John Moo, one of our longtime fans.
My good buddy, John Moo.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Let's do another. B Harm 99. Who's the one who asked about winter? Congrats, B Harm 99.
Congrats. Hook you up with some coins, whatever you need.
And should we pick? What do you say? 2 more?
I think 2 more sounds exactly right.
When are you ever going to disagree with me?
What required me thinking of?
Satish13. Congrats, Satish13.
Yes, congrats.
And last one. Synchronicity. Synchronicity. Congratulations. I'm going to close this raffle. The raffle is closed.
Hey guys, building this Shadow Drake, I'm going to drop some bat juice on the ground.
Synchronicity. You never win anything except for today. You won something today. Congrats.
So if this bat juice will help you build this tall statue, hook you up. I had some left over from the Halloween event. And that juice is awesome. Bat juice plus burst fill is a winning combo for building big blueprints, I think. I now wish, you know what? I don't have to wish, I'll just get another kit.
Should we do some more? Yeah.
Yeah, I can just kick off a new one. Not the Stilt House, that thing is enormous. That was one of our original Playful blueprints, and it was so big, we ended up not featuring it a lot because it was just really giant and heavy. But now in this universe where we have more than 10,000 blueprints, why not bring back the Stilt House? Yeah. Check it out, just as a, if you don't want
that's how we sweep our dirty laundry under the rug.
Now it really just fits in among all these other blueprints.
Yeah.
Well, let's go with the clock tower, I think. That's probably 4,000 blocks.
Ooh, that is kind of big.
These are all pretty big.
Should we just go into the workshop?
Yeah, let's dive into the workshop.
I mean, if you're looking for a small blueprint, there is the most epic blueprint ever.
That one. Here, I'll grab Kool-Aid's water garden here. All right. I think we'll build this little blueprint, and then maybe we will take a few more comments and questions, and then we can wrap things up. For folks that are just joining us and you're not sure, the servers are still down, and we are anticipating that this is going to be a bit of a longer downtime. It could last a total of 2 to 3 hours. So right now we're live streaming, but even after we finish up, we'll be available on Twitter, on the forums. We usually hang out and keep you posted on when the servers are coming back up, continuing to take your questions and all that good stuff. But for now, hey, I wanted to build this blueprint.
Golf Fox doesn't touch blueprints with fewer than 24,000 blocks. That is ambitious.
Okay, so I said I was going to build Kool-Aid, who is one of our awesome forum moderators. Shout out to Kool-Aid. His water garden. This thing just looks very, very nice. I like it.
Zoff777, who I believe is a regular on Twitch streams, he asks, will the wood blocks be available again in icons for the arc signs? Do you know about this?
So I think he's referring to, so the arc sign, as we know, has all sorts of crazy functionality. For example, you could go put patch notes on it, right? Don't mind me just deleting random stuff that I've crafted and collected. You want to make some room. Okay, much better. And so arc signs have all this functionality. One of the things they can do is access the icons that are used in the game. I'm talking about like these inventory icons for igneous rock, that little, if you look that way, the stone icon, or for any of these. I
like how you used your finger instead of your cursor.
Well, the finger is really the original cursor, is how I like to think about it.
It is.
Kind of an analog
Back to
cursor,
your roots.
if you will. Yeah. And so what Zoff is asking about is there's a few of those icons that when you try to use them on the arc sign, I think it's broken right now. There's a handful of them. We had that bug logged. I passed it on to the team, and just as soon as they get a chance to take a look at that bug, we're not exactly sure what the issue is there yet, but it's definitely going to get looked at, Zoff. So I can't tell you exactly whether there's some technical issue that's stopping that from that range of icons from working for some reason. I don't know. But it's definitely on the list to get looked at. I know we have a bug tasking for that.
I have to give a shout out here on YouTube chat. Monsai Gaming says, Super Lucky's Tale at Gamescom was awesome. Thank you for the shout out. And I was actually at Gamescom at the Super Lucky's Tale booth hanging out. So I'm glad you got a chance. We may have bumped into each other, but yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you were. It's a small world. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple kits. Okay. I think now we're all set up. I would sleep and let daytime come around, but it's impossible to do when there's a bunch of people in the world. I can't count on Cyanide High and Awesome Jack. Oh, this statue is coming together. I think as soon as he gets light here, he's gonna be finished and we'll be able to see him. I think it looks really cool. What I did here is I made sure to put the cornerstone block into the earth, so that way my pool, it just looks like part of the terrain, but that does mean we gotta dig out. But I've got a Lankar helping me here. I think we'll have this knocked out in no time.
Heath Haskins, aka Code Primate on YouTube asks, oh no, why are you guys streaming while I'm at work? You know, I'm sorry, I checked your calendar, you didn't have anything on it, so we thought we were free. So you've gotta update your calendar, man. But hey, shout out, welcome, Code Primate.
Yeah, Code Primate.
Always good to see you.
Dropping by. Hey, what are you doing dropping by? You're at work. Get back to work. Only we
Do
can
your
stream while we're
employers
at
know
work.
that you're watching a Playful stream?
Yeah, well, they will know. They'll examine the logs.
And then they will give you a raise.
Yes. That's how that will work, for sure. So we're just doing a little landscaping here.
A little landscape.
I could be really effective and get like an excavator and excavate some of this, but my line of thinking is that it's not even that much grass. I'm just gonna do it by hand. It's more meticulous. I think I'll do a better job.
So a couple folks in chat are asking, it looks like they've joined late.
Yes.
What is in this update? So we could do a quick recap. This is a smaller update. The biggest thing is the Blocky the Snowman, who is a craftable that you automatically get. You place him down and it's very easy to craft, and then you can pose him in a couple different positions and have him hold our weapons. The rest of the update is just small bug fixes. Not small, I shouldn't say small bug fixes, but there's no big features is what I'm trying to say. It's mostly bug fixes and improvements. I think the other big thing is the pet taming times have been halved.
Yes. So a rebalancing of some of those timers related to pets, taming them, not feeding them, that's instant, but washing them and harvesting from them. When you make them, they start to shake, and then they grant unto you their pet kind of goodies that they've gathered or created. You know, a Blizzard will give you its egg.
Yep.
A Leafy might give you some of its sinew. Says, hey, I've got some extra sinew. Just here you go.
Good stuff.
Leafy will grant you one of his leaves. His leafy leaves.
That's a funky word. I always see people mispronouncing it on YouTube videos. It's like sinew.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anything else you'd call out? Just any other big bugs?
Well, let's go. There's one way right now. We're going to post these publicly later.
You're never going to get tired of this, are you?
I will not. But right now, there's one way to view the patch notes. You have to stand on this exact pressure plate, and then they show up. Although I did pull one of the blocks just to make it a little harder to read. So we fixed some bugs. A lot of these bug fixes came straight from the community. They said, hey, this isn't working, and so we just kind of gradually fixed those over time. And it was time to roll these out. Some very large blueprints weren't showing their glowing outline preview in the game. That's been fixed. The holiday hat costume, we heard some feedback that, hey, that looks kind of like it's dusty or dirty. It wasn't super bright. So we sent that holiday hat costume to the dry cleaner. It's super bright now. Looks nice. Someone reported that, hey, I have my whole house wired up with holiday music boxes, but when I flip the switch to turn them all on, they don't all turn on, or they kind of, the sound isn't right. We fixed that bug for you, so that way you can wire up your house and play a bunch of those holiday music boxes all at once. Some smaller UI fixes, a couple broken buttons. And so this is just essentially miscellaneous fixes that have piled up, and we said we are now ready just to send these out. There's no reason for us to hold on to them. It's worth going ahead and bringing the servers down. Let's do a smaller update, and hey, we got Blocky.
So the downtime will be a little bit longer this time around. It'll probably be a total of 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer. We've been down for about an hour now, so probably we're not going to stream that whole time, but we will announce in all the usual places when we're back up.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Blargarama says sinew is used for nothing that I know of, though some worlds have taken to using it as a currency. Did something change in the...
I thought sinew was used for at least one thing. That raises a good point. This is something that came up in one of our recent Creativerse team meetings. I'll talk about it, where we were talking about your inventory and how right now it can feel kind of crowded because there are so many. There's over 700 items in the game, if you can believe it, including all the creature drops and craftable recipes and blocks that make up the world around you, and food and all that stuff, right? It all adds up. So there's potentially tons of stuff that you have to manage. And we were really saying, well, some of that stuff like sinew or kind of those early game craftable, you know, leafy leaf, really may not serve a lot of purpose, and there may be some potential there to kind of either clean up those recipes or phase out some of that stuff. We don't know. We haven't started planning solutions, but it's definitely kind of a just an issue with making inventory management as kind of, you know, where you feel empowered to do it easily and making it not a drag. So that's on our radar. It's something that we want to continue to think about. So thanks for calling that out. But yeah, I don't know
whether that's a cool aside. That's an interesting little thing. I'm glad to hear that they're thinking about that. So,
yeah, for sure.
And thanks for prompting that discussion. Blargarama.
Blargarama always comes with good questions. This is coming out really nice. So this was it's a water garden blueprint by Kool-Aid, one of our awesome community moderators. I'll let these folks, Awesome Jack's finishing that up, I think. Lankar is just taking a little swim. Lankar is just chilling. This mineral water, healing up. I'll join you, Lankar.
I think that, you know, aside from finishing this off, that about does us for the stream this morning.
So.
I know Stephen Hurd was really excited to try a Tide Pod challenge. And by Tide Pod challenge, I mean find a blueprint in the workshop that looked like a Tide Pod and build it. But there was no Tide Pod blueprint, so we decided to hold off on that.
Yeah, which means it speaks to the demand, possibly. Yes. There's some pent-up demand for a Tide Pod blueprint, so you may be the one to fill that kind of need.
Don't fill that need.
So yeah, I think we will let these guys finish up. Thanks to our Steam previewers for helping us. I've got some cool stuff near my base now. I've got an awesome Game Boy kind of base. I've got a cool Drake statue.
That's cool.
But I really like this guy. Look at it, he's using a lot of slopes and slope corners, and it really just feels like something that's not in a cubic voxel game, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so very cool. Cool
And
builds.
we basically outsourced the sprucing up of your base to our sneak preview.
Well, that's
folks
my
today.
main point of doing these streams, is that I don't really have to do anything. These folks will finish it up.
It's too bad I picked the Game Boy because you might not have wanted that.
I like that game.
You
I'm
like
okay
that?
with it,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to go back to our camera here, David, and we'll maybe just finish up. Let's return to it. I'm going to do my pen here. There we go. Well, this was fun. So again, if you just caught the end of this, maybe this was just a smaller Creativerse update, but it did require that we brought down the game servers, and there's some additional work just for some under the hood improvements and changes that are going in that's required this
Game
time.
dev soup simmering process.
Yes, yeah. And so there's some extra button pressing, some extra clicking going on, and so therefore the update might take a little longer, but that's okay. We wanted to go ahead and do a live stream while that happened, and we think that the downtime will be 2 to 3 hours total, and so we'll keep you posted via Twitter in our Steam forum, so keep an eye there if you're just really chomping at the bit to get back in the game. And why wouldn't you? Blocky is here, the kind of
Blocky
surly...
is here. He may or may not be creepy and haunted, but
Right,
he is
it's up to you.
certainly decoratable in whatever build you have. He looks at home on whether it's a castle, a Maya temple, a spaceship. Blocky fits in, and he's there to hold your swords and maybe haunt you. But you guys will have a good time.
Yeah.
We'll be best friends forever.
So we'll get these patch notes live out to you. You won't have to step on a pressure plate to see them. They'll just be on Steam and on our Tumblr, which is where we usually post those. So as soon as the servers are back up, we'll post those live. You can check them out. Maybe the bug that you reported on the forums got fixed this time. We pulled like more than a dozen bugs that the community had reported, and we got those fixed for you in this update. And enough had piled up that we said, it's time to go ahead and roll these out. And so that's what's going on.
Thank you guys once again for all of your amazing help reporting bugs and for your suggestions. The team does read those, and those are very helpful. And thank you also to our sneak preview players for joining us today and for just previewing our new stuff.
Yep.
Again, if you'd like to join that group, you can do so. You can send an email to support@playfulcourt.com with a link to your Steam profile, and we will get you in that group because the more the merrier.
Yeah, Brave and Crazy asks, where can we report bugs? The best place is probably our Steam forums. If you go there, there's a subforum that says bugs and issues. When there's a new update, we always pin a thread up at the top and said, hey, just give us any new bugs that are related to this update here. Or you can just start a new thread and just say, hey, my bug is every time I punch Pigsy, he punches me back. And then we'll just have to tell you, it's not a bug. Pigsy is just like that.
No, that's the ornery Pixie. You got the ornery one. All right, I think, unless you see anything else you'd like to answer, I think let's go ahead and call it a stream.
Yeah, I think this was fun. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Yeah, I think we answered some good questions. I love the comments that I'm seeing. Hopefully we'll have the servers back up for you here in a couple hours. We're going to keep you posted. And so thanks for tuning in. We will see you soon next time.
All right, see you guys.
Bye. Thank you for watching.